The story of these shocks begins with a title most people would never associate with South Asia: the Third Pole. To understand why this is terrifyingly significant, you have to look at the Karakoram Range. Outside of the Arctic and Antarctic, Pakistan has more glacial ice than anywhere else on Earth. We are talking about over 7,000 glaciers, including the Biafo and Baltoro, which form an icy highway longer than many European countries. But here's where it gets strange. While almost every other glacier on the planet is retreating due to climate change, parts of the Karakoram are actually growing. Scientists call it the Karakoram anomaly. In a world that is heating up, these glaciers are defying the laws of physics, expanding their territory while the rest of the world's ice melts away. The tension only gets worse when you move from the ice to the savage mountain. K2 isn't just the second highest peak in the world. It is a statistical death trap. For every 4 people who reach the summit, 1 person dies trying. Unlike Mount Everest, which has become a crowded tourist destination, K2 remains a vertical wilderness of rock and ice. But what they found next shocked geologists. K2 is actually still growing. Because the Indian tectonic plate is slamming into the Eurasian plate with such force, the mountains of northern Pakistan are being pushed higher every single year. The geography here is a work in progress, a violent upward surge that proves the Earth is far from finished with this landscape. But here is where it gets truly surreal. If you travel south to the coast of Balochistan, you will find yourself in a place that looks more like the surface of the moon than Earth. Hingol National Park is home to the world's largest and highest cluster of mud volcanoes. These aren't your typical lava-spewing giants. They are moonwells that bubble with cold, gray mud and methane gas. Some of these structures, like Chandragupta, are considered sacred, but their sheer size is what's truly shocking. They can erupt with such force that they shoot mud hundreds of feet into the air, creating new landmasses in the Arabian Sea overnight. Imagine a geography so volatile that a mountain can literally appear out of the ocean while you sleep. What they found next shocked everyone who thinks of Pakistan as a dry, arid nation. Deep in the heart of the country lies the Indus Basin irrigation system, the largest contiguous irrigation network on the planet. It is a man-made geographical marvel, a web of canals and barrages so vast it can be seen from space. This system turns 45 million acres of what should be desert into a lush green breadbasket. But the river that feeds it holds an even stranger secret. The Indus River is home to the bulan, a species of dolphin that is functionally blind. Because the river water is so silty and dark, evolution decided eyes were a waste of energy. These dolphins navigate one of the world's most powerful rivers, using a sophisticated sonar system that is more accurate than any human-made technology. And it only gets darker when you look at the pink hills of Punjab. The Kura salt mine is the second largest in the world, a subterranean labyrinth of translucent pink walls that stretches for over 100 kilometers. Legend says it was discovered not by man, but by the horses of Alexander the Great, who began licking the rocks while his army rested. Today, there are entire mosques built inside the mine, made completely out of salt bricks that glow when lit. But here's the twist. The salt you put on your table today was formed by the evaporation of a prehistoric ocean millions of years ago. You are literally eating the geography of a lost world. The tension only gets worse when you consider the highest border in the world. The Khunjerab Pass, the gateway between Pakistan and China, sits at nearly 16,000 feet. It is home to the world's highest ATM, a lone machine standing amidst the clouds and snow. But the real shock is the road that leads there, the Karakoram Highway. Often called the 8th wonder of the world, it is the highest paved international road on the planet. Building it required cutting through some of the most unstable geography on Earth. It is a road that shouldn't exist, a thin ribbon of asphalt clinging to the sides of mountains that are constantly trying to shake it off. What they found next shocked urban planners, the lost city of Mohenjo-Daro. Long before the Romans or the Greeks, the Indus Valley civilization was building cities with grid systems, underground sewage, and public baths. The geography of Pakistan was the cradle of an urban sophistication that the rest of the world wouldn't catch up to for thousands of years. But the most unsettling fact is that we still don't know why they disappeared. Some theories suggest the Indus River simply changed its course, proving that in this part of the world, geography doesn't just support life, it dictates its end. What makes this even more unsettling is the Deep Sea Gateway. Gwadar, located on the edge of the Arabian Sea, is the world's largest deep-sea port. Its geography is so strategic that it has become the focal point of a multi-billion-dollar global power struggle. Because the water here is naturally deep enough to host the largest ships on Earth, it is the key to connecting the heart of Asia to the rest of the world. A tiny fishing village has become the most important piece of maritime real estate on the map, proving that a single geographical feature can change the fate of an entire continent. The conclusion to this story brings us back to that collision of three mountain ranges. Pakistan is a country where the geography is constantly shouting. It is a land of the most, the highest, and the largest. It is a place where the earth is still being born and ancient civilizations are still being discovered. The mystery of Pakistan's geography isn't just about the facts. It's about the scale of a landscape that makes human history seem like a footnote. The shock isn't just that these places exist, but that they are all contained within a single border. From the third pole in the north to the moon wells in the south, Pakistan is a geographical masterpiece of contradictions. As the mountains continue to rise and the rivers continue to shift, the world is beginning to realize that the most fascinating map on Earth is the one they were never taught to read. The giants are still walking in Deosai, the savage mountain is still growing, and the Indus is still flowing, blind and powerful, toward an ocean that is constantly reclaiming the land.